if you want to be more successful than you are now, you need to understand that you're going to have bigger problems as you grow. So if you can't overcome your current problems, you'll never have future wins. As kids, we have no real problems, and that's because we have no responsibilities and no goals. So if you want to live a life without any problems, you're going to be worth nothing more than just a kid. And the people that we see who want to live life without any problems or stress, they are worth nothing more than just kids. So any problem that you get, just view it as a good thing, because that means that you're actually doing things in life. And stress is a good thing too. If you look at anyone successful, you'll realize that their lives are filled with stress. And if you want to be among those people, you need to accept the stress that comes alongside of it. Like, who do you think has more stress in their lives? Someone like Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, or someone else, like maybe your high school teacher, or honestly just anyone along the lines of that? Who do you think has more stress? Of course, this side. And alongside that, they have all of this money and status that comes from it. And the way you get more stress into your life is just by dealing with more problems. For me, all of the problems that arise for me are mainly from my business, as in growing it, growing the sales, leading the team, and just making as much money with it as possible. Now, just having stress and problems is not a good thing. You need to be able to overcome them and just keep on growing. And the main way that I've went about overcoming my problems and getting rid of stress, and not even just with business, but in life in general, is of course by first realizing that it's a good thing, and then secondly, realizing that no matter what I do, it's going to pass. Nothing is forever. So understand that this period of you going through whatever problems you're going through is just for you to become better. It's for you to learn from, it's for you to overcome. And worst case, you don't overcome it, you're not gonna lose everything, at least right away, and you're not gonna die. So first, just take a step back. And another thing is, I've realized that the only people who are moaning or crying about their problems are the people with below average lives. And the main thing about us, as in you watching, is that we're fairly similar. There's a reason why you're watching this video. We want a rewarding life. We don't care if it's hard or whatever. All we care about is just getting the end goal, and along the journey, getting over all of the hills and bumps, etc. And after you realize that every problem goes away no matter what, the next thing you need to do is take an emotional step back. I remember a few years ago in my first sales job, one of my sales managers, we were talking, and he told me, Issa, you have full control over your emotions and your actions. No one else has control over that. Of course, other things can influence it, but at the end, it's only you who gets to decide what you do. So the first thing you should do when any problem comes up or you're feeling stressed is just, again, take a mental step back. Look at it from a logical point of view and just ask yourself, what is the next best thing I can do? As in, what can I do to fix this problem? Be it hiring someone, finding someone, putting money into something, working harder on something, etc. Whatever it is, that's most likely what you're going to need to do, because that's the only thing that's going to make any difference. You crying or you making up scenarios in your head will not lead to anything changing. I remember one of the most stressful points in my life, or at least business related, was last year. The business was just not making enough sales for this one period of time. So my friends who were helping with cleaning the homes or providing the service, they weren't able to make enough for that week. Essentially, the business wasn't making enough to support everyone's payrolls. And this was around Friday, so the weekend was coming, and I just gave everyone the day offs for Saturday and Sunday. And the first thing that came to my head after that happened was I started doing what I'm telling you not to do. I started like kind of just panicking and feeling sorry for myself. But what my sales manager was telling me, that I was telling you, literally just popped into my head. And it was like I just locked in. I just emptied my brain and I just said, okay, what can I do? So that Saturday and Sunday, I went out both days, 6 hours straight, just knocking on doors, just filling up the week with sales. And honestly, the best case scenario happened. We booked out the next few days and everyone was able to make their money. As well as that, it took stress off of the sales team, because now they're like, okay, it's okay if we don't make sales. And by the way, that is the best mental state you can be in, to make a bunch of sales. Kind of an abundant mindset. And on top of that, it just took so much stress off of me too. And not just for the sake of taking it off, but because we solved the problem. And if I just kept thinking about how hard life was, or if I just kept on moaning, nothing would have been done. And we all would have been just more stressed for a longer period of time. And really quick, if you made it to this point of the video, if you could please subscribe, that would literally mean so much, because the goal right now is 1,000 subscribers before the end of summer. So if you could help, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. And so sometimes you gotta just suck it up, do the extra hard things in the moment to set up your future self. And that's what I did. And on top of that, I made like an extra grand that week too, which was honestly another sweet reward. And with sucking it up, you just need to weigh out the positives and the negatives. As in, what's the worst case scenario if I do more work? For me, it was I would have just been in the same position. Best case scenario, I get to make more money, I take stress off of everyone's shoulders, and it's another problem that I got to get over. And whenever you get over these problems, it just builds onto you. It just makes you a better person. So if you take action and you just do the hard thing, you're at least going to benefit in some way. Even if the worst case does happen, oh well, you're in the same spot. You didn't lose anything extra. And that is just worth so much more than just feeling sorry for yourself. Because the thing is too, no one is going to understand it from your perspective. No one's going to think, oh, well, it's okay. Issa was feeling down. It's okay that we didn't get to make any money this week. No one is going to feel that, especially those who depend on you. They're just going to think, oh my God, what an idiot, what a loser, etc. And you can't blame them, because if you were in their shoes, you would be thinking the same thing. And the last thing I'd like to leave you with is that you need to have a longer term thinking process with all of this. Yes, you will feel bad. You might even feel worse if you're just going through all of these problems in the moment and just going balls to the wall with your work. But your future self will very much thank you for it. And the thing is, that's all that really matters, your future self and setting yourself up for that time period. Honestly, your present or current self does not really matter anywhere near as much as your future self, 1 year, however many years, or even just a few months down the line. I've noticed that the only people who really care about their current emotional state are the losers, the people who don't have as much, or the people who aren't striving for more. So don't be like that, focus on the long term. And a quick recap, stress and problems is a good thing to have. Complaining will only lead to a below average life. Third is that every problem, regardless of what you do, will go away. So don't view it as the end of the world. Just focus on fixing the problems and not on how you feel. And the only people without problems or without stress in life are the losers. So be grateful that you have them, because that means you're doing good. And hopefully this helps, whether you're going through a hard time right now or not, or you're getting ready to do bigger things, because I've gone through many problems, and this way of thinking is exactly how I just have kept getting through them and am going to keep getting through my problems. And so with everything being said, I want to say thank you for watching the video. It honestly means a lot. And with everything being said, enjoy the rest of the day. Have a good one.